Good morning. I was woken at 5 a.m. this morning and asked to do a channeling, and it's now 6 a.m., so it's taken me an hour of resistance before I decided to get up and do this because, I wanted to sleep. Anyway, I am going to do this channeling for you right now because normally I do a channeling. We do a channeling actually around Christmas time and for the new year. But this year, because of different circumstances, I won't be able to do a group channeling until mid-January. So if you're interested in being part of that, then go to my website, lovelightandtruth.com, and subscribe. Yeah, just leave your email and name, and when that is going to happen, I will send it out. I believe it's the 17th of January. I will send out the invitation to you. So it's a very good idea to subscribe to my website. Anyway, I'll get on with this channeling because, Cassandra woke me and said, I need people to know this for Christmas. I need them to know it for Christmas. So it won't be a long channeling, but it's something that she or the group would like you to know for the Christmas period. So I will go and let Cassandra speak with you. And we are Cassandra. We come to you this day in love and in light and in truth. We understand that this is acceptable to you. So we requested that our daughter do this communication because she is unable to do it prior to the Christmas period. So we chose to communicate with you now through this medium of the internet. And it will not be what we would normally do in this communication, which is to give information and then questions and answers and things like this, and varied information about what is to come, how you can handle it, what is the best approach for you, what to expect in different, let's say, political, financial, educational arenas, etc. That's what we normally cover. But for now, we'd like to cover just one subject, and that is the Christmas. So Christmas is a celebration, supposedly, of the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, Jesus wasn't born on the 25th of December. However, that date has become a date that has a lot of energy focused upon it. All right, so over the years, centuries, Christmas has become a time of receiving gifts, of financial gain for companies, etc. So the ritual has moved from celebrating something to actually buying something. Okay, so you all know that. You're all understanding of that. However, it really is meant to be a shift and a change within the seasons. That's why it's in December. It's a time of, winter in the Northern Hemisphere. which is where Jesus was meant to be born, which is true. However, it is also a time of going within, isn't it? Winter normally is a time when you don't go out as much, the sun is not shining as much, you're not as active, you become more internal. And it is the same if you're in the southern hemisphere. In their period of winter, it is a time of going internally, looking within. But it's also a time of moving from one year to the next. So it is the beginning of a celebration of a changeover, let's say, changing of the guard, changing of the self. You make New Year's resolutions, meaning you state, this is what I want for myself this year, and this is how I wish to behave this year, etc., etc. So you're making a promise to yourself. You know, a lot of the time you don't keep that promise. A broken promise then sits within your energy system and creates a lot of future resistance, a lot of self-loathing, a lot of self-reflection on, I'm not capable of doing this. So it sets up a sort of energy of failure, really. So what we would ask this Christmas and New Year's is a couple of things. First of all, the Christmas time is a celebration. It's a celebration of rebirth, the rebirth of the new year, the coming of the new year, the coming of what you might say is the birth of Jesus Christ. As we've said, it's not the time that Christ was actually born. However, because it's been celebrated on that date for so many years, energetically it has built up a resonance of reality. So it's a time when many focus on that date and that time as that reality. So it has a lot of energy in it, is what we're suggesting. So it's usually a time when a lot of individuals would go and say to themselves, yes, this is a time when Jesus Christ was born. It's a time of great change upon the planet. What we're saying is it's a concentration of the Christ consciousness, which was facilitated by the divine feminine, which has been, let's say, desecrated, if we're honest, by the churches, religions in general. So we're not signaling out one religion, we're talking about all religions at this point. And in fact, all religions recognize Jesus Christ in one form or another. So it is also a suppression of the divine feminine, even though it was the divine feminine that actually facilitated this evolutionary step within the consciousness of the earth and mankind, because Jesus represented a consciousness. And because of what is coming next year, which we will talk about in the middle of January, we would suggest that you celebrate this Christmas, and you celebrate it in a manner of the new beginning. This is, we go from here to New Year's to celebrate in that time frame the beginning of something new. So we would ask that you choose to celebrate joyously that there is a new beginning coming, to work that within your energetic system as, I'm getting excited. This is fabulous. There's a new beginning that commences soon, and I am being prepared for that. In a way like this, if you start the new year without making a promise to yourself that you're going to break, which then facilitates a form of failure, don't do that. Don't do that anymore. First of all, in this time from Christmas to New Year's, forgive yourself for all the broken promises, right? Go through a period of forgiveness, self-forgiveness, and then forgiveness to all things. So each day, take something you'd like to forgive. Forgive yourself for getting into debt and forgive your debtors. Forgive those that you're indebted to, right? Forgive those that have judged you too harshly or stolen from you. Remember, we spoke about this quite some time ago. Stealing is not just physical things, it's also energy, it's thoughts. It's insight, right? So forgive what you have stolen. Forgive what has been stolen from you. So go like this, right? We're not talking about being morbid. Oh, please forgive me. We're talking about being excited about it. I am now freeing myself of this, and I am freeing you. Bless you. You are free. Please move on. Set yourself free from others, right? So this time of celebration is really about you coming to the truth of you, so that when you enter the new year, you enter as the truth of you, not the byproduct of everyone else's society around you, etc., etc. Oh, well, I'm like this because of my parents. I'm like this because this person did this to me when I was younger, or this boyfriend did this to me and now I'm ruined for relationships, or this woman did this to me and now I don't trust anyone. Let's let that go in the divine feminine principle which birthed Jesus Christ, the new era. You are birthing a new era next year. So let's step into it with a clean timeline, with a clean energy. Now, of course, you're not going to clean everything that's ever happened, etc., but you're going to put a good dent in it. And it's part of the reason that we requested, and we're not talking just about Cassandra, we're talking about a holy council here. We requested that our daughter commence these meditation retreats and do these weekly meditations. It is all to prepare you to receive yourself within your divinity, not receiving anything that anybody has to offer, continuing that feeling of failure. We are discussing the receiving of the self. When you receive yourself, you receive your own divinity, the divinity of where you came from, the divinity that is held within everything. That's a very broad and unlimited reality that you are stepping into. And it's important that that reality is stepped into next year. We're not saying that it has to happen New Year's Day. What we're saying is next year will be a very important year for you to step into your divinity for various different reasons. So, between now and the new year, we want you to celebrate the Christmas, a joyous occasion, an occasion of new beginnings, of receiving the self, receiving the Holy Spirit, which is the divine feminine. So the only thing that can truly change you, to help you to evolve, is not the divine masculine, it's the divine feminine. And what do you all resist? The divine feminine. You have resisted it because it's been what you have been taught. And when you consider this, you can go into it quite deeply and discover something truly wonderful that is held within the cells of your being, within your spirit. The truth of that divine feminine and how you evolve is sitting within you. It's always been there. It's simply been held back due to the divine masculine's twist in reality, twisting both, and we've discussed this before, but that divine twist, that twist in reality around the divine masculine, has educated you to believing that that is the only principle that has worth and can create, whilst that is not true at all. So forgiveness is one of the leading principles: compassion, forgiveness. There's quite a number of them, of the divine feminine. We would ask you to step into the new year having forgiven yourself for all your own broken promises and begin to celebrate yourself. We're not asking you to celebrate others. We're asking you to celebrate what is divine within yourself. Because that spark of light will begin, when it's truly connected to, touched, revealed, accepted. When you truly connect with it, you spark it, you awaken it within yourself. You're just remembering who you are. You're not awakening something that has never been there. You're remembering something you knew, something that you have struggled with, something that you have, suppressed within yourself. So now we are asking you to remember it, to allow yourself to be forgiven, thus allowing more of your truth to be present, thus becoming a beacon of light, love, light, and truth within the community that you live, thus shifting the consciousness of the community and so on that you live, that you're present in. So entering the new year, you enter with yourself present. And this is what's going to be needed in order for the spiritual battle that is coming. And that battle can play out in the physical, or it can remain in the spiritual. It's entirely up to you. So take a moment each day to forgive yourself for different aspects, for promises unkept, to yourself and from yourself to others. Take a moment to celebrate this time of, what is it? It's the birth of the unity consciousness. It's the birth of Jesus Christ's consciousness being impregnated onto the earth. And given life. Given life so strongly that everybody knows the name. You're still fighting over it. You're still talking about it. You're still praying to it. You're still acknowledging its truth, its reality, its divinity, because its divinity is also a part of you. And it's a part of you that has been so hurt, so tortured, and so suppressed from fear, your own fear. Now it's going to wake up, whether you want it to or not, and that's what we will go into in that main communication that we will do. But for now, we want you to prepare to celebrate in whatever way that feels right. Singing, dancing, cooking, being with others, rejoicing. The new year is coming. The new life is coming. I am being birthed. Something is being sparked within me that is beautiful. You are beautiful. You are magnificent frequencies that have entered the physical form, which is also magnificent and been suppressed and altered. That's all going to change also over the next few years, but you are magnificent, and you have been told over and over and over again that you are not. And this will change, but it starts with you returning to you, not the outside. That's why the presents, the items, it won't matter to you. What matters is what you are personally emanating. What energetic signature are you impregnating the world with? In each other, in the earth, every footstep that you take. What are you impregnating the existence with? That's the question. It's not about the gifts. You see, it's all external. The gift. Oh, gift to myself, gift to others. I'm proving how worthy you are by giving you this gift that took me a long time to organize, to think about, to pay for. I am honoring your worth with financial gifts through finances. What we are suggesting is that you don't honor it through finances, you honor it through joy, through words, I love you, through song. Isn't it lovely? You know, you honor it through the energy that you co-create, through the joy of being together. Let that touch you this year. Don't look at what is missing from your life, what is wrong with the world, what is going on outside. Look at inside. Feel it. How do I feel today? What's agitating me today? What is annoying me today? Where am I feeling helpless, worthless, a failure? What's going on with me today? Because whatever you are energizing within yourself is emanating externally and co-creating the entire frequency of the planet. So we are suggesting that if you're feeling that, at least accept it. Don't try to ignore it. Oh, I'll forget about it. I'll think about it later. I'll just go spend some money, or I'll go spend some time with this person. I'll eat, I'll drink, I'll smoke. I'll do all these things, to avoid whatever it is I'm feeling. If you were to take a few minutes in the morning and be honest with you and accept what you're feeling, that feeling will dissipate. You can take it further by inquiring as to where it originated from and forgiving it. Yeah, you can do that also if you choose to do it. The cleaner you are energetically, and we're not talking about adding crystals and sprays and, all of these sorts of things to it. Remember, we've said many times, ultimately, that won't get you there. because it's just like suppressing, covering up, painting over the stain that's sitting within. So don't cover the stain, acknowledge it. Acknowledge, okay, why am I wanting to prove how much I love this person by getting myself into debt to purchase them something or give them something I really love, or etc. Why am I doing this? What if I were to give this person truly who I am and tell them or write to them or draw them or sing them, yeah, something that really, really is true? Go back to self. Think of yourself this Christmas as birthing yourself, birthing that part of you that is Christ consciousness. And we tell you, many people are having experiences with Jesus, with the apostles, with those that surrounded Jesus. Many people are having visitations, dreams, experiences, feelings, being drawn to certain books and things. And of course, over the past 5 years, a lot of people have returned to religion. And now they're starting to realize that that very religion is also the trap. So they're coming into it organically. Call upon this Christ consciousness. Call upon the Mary consciousness. Receive it. As archetypes, they represent something quite truthful and divine within you. So when you call upon it, you're calling upon something within you. So rejoice this Christmas, rejoice between Christmas and New Year's. Keep that vibration, that frequency of really looking, what is it that I love about my life? What is it that I really acknowledge about this person, this house, this land, this tree, this sky, this water, the lights? What do I acknowledge about that? How do I feel about that? Return to self. Stop asking yourself, what will other people think? The way I'm dressed, the way I look, what I've given, is it enough? No, think about yourself. And from there, when you are fulfilled, when you are connected with yourself, when you are connected with your divine, you will see, witness, and feel the divine in others. And when you can do that, that's when you spark the divine in others, and you birth the new world, the new earth, the new year, the new reality. So, on that, we will leave you. That's what we wanted to say. We're looking forward to communicating with you more in depth at a later period. But for now, we will allow our daughter to get on with her day. Goodbye for now, and we leave you in our love and our light and our truth and our blessings. And we thank you so much for allowing us to share in your energy and be of some assistance to you this day.